This is the FFR Trading Market Minute, and this is a monthly candlestick chart of the SPY, the ETF for the S&P 500. And we had talked before, when we looked at the monthly chart, this was the crash, the bottom here in September of 2022. And once this rally started, I said, if it breaches this 618 retracement here, which it did, it closed this month above that. I said the probabilities of us retesting, when everybody else said we would retest these lows, I said almost 0% chance they're going to retest the lows because it's never happened before. Once it breaches the 618 retracement, the tendency is you go on to make new all-time highs. And just going to show you the pattern. This is an intraday chart of the SPY. This happened today. But here's the same pattern. This is what I'm expecting to happen here. So here's like our crash, right? This is mirrors this crash leg down, right? Here's the crash. Here's the retracement. Here's the 618 retracement level. We got to close above that. This happened today. We had a sell-off. Right, but they never tested or retested those lows, just like we had the sell-off here on the monthly chart after the rally. We had the sell-off, and now here we are at the current month of November, and look what happened after this pullback here on this intraday chart. It went on to make a new high, took out that prior high there. Right, and that is the same thing I think is going to play out, same pattern that's going to play out on this monthly chart that will take out this, which was the all-time high back here, and then we'll see what happens from there. The other thing I wanted to point out that kind of backs this is I'm going to pull up a monthly chart of the VIX. So here's the monthly chart of the VIX, and I left my trend lines on here from the last time I showed you this chart. And what we see in the past, when we have the VIX rising with higher lows like this, that means the market was in decline. Once that trend line broke, we started to see lower lows in the VIX. And that's when the U.S. market's SPY was moving higher or trending higher, because the VIX obviously is primarily inversely correlated with the S&P 500. Well, the pattern we were in up until very recently now, we had a series of higher lows in the VIX, and overall the market, that's when we had our crash into 2022. And I said, if the VIX can break this trend line, so at the time we picked this up, we were just testing this trend line. I said, if they can break it, right, we're potentially going to get a monthly close below that level, then we might start to see a pattern of lower lows in the VIX like we saw during this period, which is a period of rising SPY. So that, coupled with what I showed you earlier, I believe that pattern will play out. Doesn't mean that we won't have corrections and all that stuff, looking at the daily chart. But overall, I believe the market is going to make new highs, new all-time highs. And then we'll have to do some analysis to see what comes next. Some of the major economic data points next week. Tuesday, we have the ISM Services PMI. Wednesday, employment change. Friday, we have average hourly earnings, the big non-farm payrolls report, and Michigan consumer sentiment. Hope that helps. Have a great rest of your trading week. We'll see you back next week in the FFR Trading Market Minute.